pollution caused by urbanization and industrialization has major detrimental effects on humans and the environment, including infectious diseases and ozone layer depletion. Some people may ask, what is the importance of air? Well, see, other planets have sunlight, but the Earth is the only planet that we know that has air and water. Without air and water, the Earth would be unable to sustain life. A diverse community of plant and animal life has thrived on this planet for millions of years, sustained by the sun and supported by the soil, water, and air.
Air pollution occurs when air contains gases, dust, fumes, or odor in harmful amounts. That is, amounts that can be harmful to the health or comfort of humans and animals, or which could cause damage to plants and materials.
The substances that cause air pollution are called pollutants. Pollutants that are pumped into our atmosphere and directly pollute the air are called primary pollutants. Primary pollutants examples include carbon monoxide from car exhausts and sulfur dioxide from the combustion of coal. Further pollution can arise if primary pollutants in the atmosphere undergo chemical reactions. Resulting compounds are called secondary pollution. Photochemical smog is an example of this.
In the days before the proliferation of large cities and industries, nature's own systems kept the air fairly clean. Wind mixed and dispersed the gases, rain washed the dust, and others easily dissolved. Substances to the ground, and the plants absorbed carbon dioxide and replaced it with oxygen. With increasing urbanization and industrialization, humans started to release more waste into its atmosphere than nature could cope with. Since then, more pollution has been added to the air by industrial, commercial, and domestic sources. As these sources are usually found in major cities, the gases that are produced are usually concentrated in the air around them. The adverse effects of the air pollution were graphically illustrated in London in 1952, where in just a few days, an estimate of 400 people died from effects of the particle pollution.
Air pollution mainly occur as a result of gaseous discharges from industry and motor vehicles. There are also natural resources such as windblown dust and smoke from fires. Some forms of air pollution create global problems, such as upper atmosphere ozone depletion and global warming. These problems are very complex and require international cooperative efforts to find solutions.
Smog hangover cities is the most familiar and obvious form of air pollution, but there are different kinds of pollutions, some visible and some invisible, that contribute to the global warming. Generally, any substance that people introduce to the atmosphere has damaging effects to the living things and the environments that is considered air pollution. Carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, is the main pollution that is warming the earth. Though living things emit carbon dioxide when they breathe, carbon dioxide is widely considered to be a pollutant when associated with cars, planes, power plants, and other human activities that involve the burning of fossil fuels such as gasoline and natural gas. In the past 150 years, such activities have pumped its levels than they have ever been for hundreds of thousands of years.
Other greenhouse gases include methane, which comes from such sources as swamps and gas emitted by livestock, and chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs for short, were used in refrigerants and aerosol propellants, until they were banned because of their deteriorating effect on Earth's ozone layer.
Another pollution associated with climate change is sulfur dioxide, a component of smog. Sulfur dioxide and closely related chemicals are known primarily as a cause of acid rain, but they also reflect light when released into the atmosphere, which keeps sunlight out and causes Earth to cool. Volcanic eruptions can spew massive amounts of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, sometimes causing cooling that lasts for years. In fact, volcanoes used to be the main source of atmospheric sulfur dioxide. The sulfur dioxide from volcanoes can cool the planet by blocking sunlight, cutting the amount of compounds in the atmosphere lets sunlight through, warming the Earth. This effect is exaggerated when elevated to levels of other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere trapped into the additional heat.
Industrialized countries have worked to reduce levels of sulfur dioxide, smog, and smoke in order to improve people's health. But a result not predicted until recently is that the lower sulfur dioxide levels may actually make global warming worse.
Most people agree that to curb global warming, a variety of measures need to be taken. On a personal level, driving and flying less, recycling and conservation reduces a person's carbon dioxide.
Just start over.
I'm really tired. Okay. Most people agree that to curb global warming, a variety of
Wait, are you
measures.
saying current?
Curb global warming.
Curb.
Okay, I keep thinking
That's
saying
carbon
current and you're
footprint.
messing.
I know, I heard
Carbon
it. I got it now.
footprint.
I'm still in the beginning of it, okay? Most people agree that to curb global warming, a variety of measures need to be taken. On a personal level, driving and flying less, recycling, and conservation reduces a person's carbon footprint, the amount of carbon dioxide a person is responsible for putting into the atmosphere. According to the UN, about 3.5 million deaths a year are caused by indoor air pollution alone. When you add that to the 3.3 million that are caused by outdoor air pollution, we can find that air pollution causes more deaths per year than AIDS and malaria combined. If nothing is done, it's expected that the number of deaths caused by air pollution worldwide will go up because of rising fossil fuel use. For example, in 2011, China built as many coal plants as there are in Texas and Ohio combined. It is when these concentrated gases exceed safe limits that we have a pollution problem. Nature can no longer manage air pollution without our help.
Over the past few years, the World Health Organization, known as WHO, an agency in the United States concerned with international public health, has conducted the largest ever global systematic study to find the distribution and cause of the wide array of major disease, injury, and health risk factors. The group's findings contains all kind of insight about how much progress has been made in certain areas. Compared to 20 years ago, there are few deaths from infectious diseases, material and child illness, and malnutrition, and how much work there is left to do in others.
The statistics about air pollution stood out, especially because victims of air pollution don't receive many headlines. The latest data show that there are about 3.5 million deaths a year that are caused by indoor air pollution. About 3.3 million deaths are caused by outdoor air pollution. About 500,000 deaths have been caused by a combination of indoor and outdoor air pollution. So the total number of deaths caused by air pollution is closer to around 6.3 million. That is about twice as many deaths as previously thought.
October 1948, Donora, Pennsylvania was enveloped in a lethal haze. Over 5 days, nearly half of the town's 1,400 residents experienced severe respiratory and cardiovascular problems. It was difficult to breathe. Disturbing photos showed Donera streets hidden in a thick blanket of gray smog. A warm air pocket had passed high above the town, trapping the warm air within the town, which caused it to increase pollutants.
Steel and zinc smelters had long plagued the town with dirty air, but the air pocket left pollutants with no escape route. They sat stewing in the streets where the residents breathed them in lethal doses. The pollution in Demora was extreme, but it rejected a trend. Air pollutants had become harsh consequences of industrial growth across the country and world. Major strides have been made to improve air quality, but many complex scientific questions remain, calling for innovative and novel research. It has become increasingly clear that multiple pollutants play a role in determining risk to people and environment. EPA is moving forward with a multi-pollutant approach to air pollution research. It is crucial to understand the collective impact of multiple air pollutants, how they interact in the atmosphere.
We make choices every day to help clean our air and reduce air pollution.
Drive wise, plan your trips, save gasoline, and reduce air pollution. Keep the tanks properly inflated. Always fill up your gas in cooler weather instead of warmer weather. That way it doesn't dissolve. Avoid waiting in long drive-thrus. Always try to get something on the go. When possible, use public transportation, possibly walk or ride a bike. Get regular engine tune-ups and car maintenance checks.
Tires properly inflated and aligned. In the summertime, fill gas tank during the cooler evening hours to cut down on evaporation. Avoid spilling gas and don't top off.
EPA's air, climate, and energy research has already done extensive studies on the combinations of more pollutants extensively. They have a series of studies that begin where majority of people live, go to school, and work. Recent studies have identified respiratory and cardiac effects, cancer, and even mortality as risks for populations that live near high traffic roads. These reports raise concerns about building schools and other facilities near roadways.
Alright, today's policymakers and managers not only rely on cutting edge technology, but also EPA's research facilities to get them data on previous years.
Use an energy conservative EC grade motor oil. Ask your employer to consider flexible work schedules or telecommuting. Report smoking vehicles to your local air agency. Join a carpool or van pool to get to work.
One solution to reduce air pollution is to buy smart. Buy Energy Star products, including energy-efficient lighting and appliances. They are environmentally friendly products. You can choose efficient, low-polluting models of vehicles. Choose products that have less packaging and are reusable. And then you can shop with a canvas bag instead of using paper and plastic bags. Or you can buy rechargeable batteries for devices used frequently.
Conserve energy by recycling paper, putting your thermostat lower than usual, washing your clothes all at once in 1 week, not washing it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, like every day. You can also use less water, take less showers. Choose not to smoke in your house, because smoke causes air pollution, and also when it's in closed places, closed spaces, it takes on more, it becomes more dense, and it causes more air pollution and lung cancer.
Action.
Overall, what can we do? Are we going to live in our same old ways, or are we actually going to change? What can we do? We can change to electrical ways where we can use solar panels and other light ways using the sun to change our ways. Or we can just live in the same way, having the earth get polluted constantly by our factories and other non-green efficient ways.